The Day of the Jackal is a new Peacock series starring Eddie Redmayne and Layla Lynch. Is this thriller series gripping or does it lack intensity? Let's get into it. Hey movie watchers, my name is Justin. All I do here is watch movies and shows on streaming services and in theaters. Elusive lone assassin the Jackal makes his living carrying out hits for the highest fee, but following his latest kill, he meets his match in a British intelligence officer who starts to track down the Jackal in a thrilling cat and mouse chase across Europe, leaving destruction in its wake. I haven't seen Eddie Redmayne do something in a while. Either it's a film worthy of an Oscar or it's the Fantastic Beasts franchise. So I was really happy to see him take on this role as this lone assassin. He's very good as this assassin. He delivers these hits for the highest fee, millions of dollars. And he's so calm and confident when he is killing these people from so far away. It's really intense to see that all play out. But Eddie Redmayne is really good in here. Like I said, he spews this confidence where you buy into the fact that he is this sought out assassin, that he is so good at what he does and he rarely will make mistakes. You completely understand him as that character that will deliver these hits for that highest fee, and people want to hire him and just give him millions of dollars. But it's really intense to see him be very strategic about things when it comes to delivering these hits. And if something goes wrong in his way, he will cover up his tracks immediately. But Eddie Redmayne is so closed off for most of the series. There is an aspect where it does dive into his home life and how his job affects his relationship with his wife and his child. But for the most part, he's really closed off, and he needs to lack that emotion when it comes to these hits. He needs to be very calm and collective and confident, and Eddie Redmayne delivers this performance very well. He is really good within this series, but when you have the moments with him and his wife and his child, it doesn't really dive deep into too much of like, this job is too much for me and I miss my home life and all of that. But he feels like a family man when it comes to his time with his family. But I like that the series did offer that aspect of how his job does have these consequences when it comes to his relationship with his family. And so he's off in Europe for weeks at a time, and his wife is starting to get curious about what actually is happening. Is he cheating on me? And so he has to be very secretive when it comes to things. But for the most part, Eddie Redmayne delivers this really cold, chilling performance as someone who has no remorse when it comes to these kills. And Layla Lynch is great in here as well. She's trying to piece things together. Certain kills, she can see connection, and she is very determined within the series. So many times within it, her family and her higher ups are telling her don't get too involved, but she can see those connections and wants to bring this killer to justice. And you see that determination from her, and I really like that performance. But there is so much intensity within it. They don't brush over some of these kills. They don't kind of rush through it. They show him setting up his snipers, his routines, trying to get information that he needs or plan ahead. They are very strategic when it comes to how he is handling these kills and what he needs to do in order to complete it. So there is a lot of intensity when it comes to it as the series does progress, and he has done a few other kills prior to our main story within it. The series becomes more intense and more urgent as it goes along, because that cat and mouse story is starting to come in more into play, but there's more at stake as the series does go along. And so you have a lot of intensity that rises throughout that becomes really interesting to see how he can kind of get out of these situations. The beginning song in here really feels like it's a James Bond show, especially with Layla Lynch, who was in No Time to Die. But the opening feels like it almost like it's Skyfall, the song by Adele. The song within this, the opening of The Day of the Jackal, feels like it could be a James Bond song. The music, the graphics for the opening, it really did put me in a James Bond mood. I wanted to watch James Bond after watching Day of the Jackal, but it hooked me immediately. This is a really intense show that does have some really great performances, and just our main story, his main hit throughout, it does progress nicely and becomes more intense along the way, and Eddie Redmayne is chilling within it. Real quick, if you are interested in watching Day of the Jackal, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you have seen the show, comment down below with your thoughts on the series. And if you'd like to see more exclusive content from me, more exclusive ranking videos and movie reviews, consider joining my channel as a member. Now, I did think that The Day of the Jackal was very intense, but there are a couple episodes towards the end that it tries to tackle on a little more personal moments that makes it kind of fizzle out. Episode 9 and 10 are very intense, but a couple episodes after episode 5 feels like it's trying to piece things together when it comes to some more of the personal life for Eddie Redmayne's character, the Jackal, and seeing how certain things that he's done prior has these consequences, and he's trying to cover his tracks. At times I feel like it's taking on a little too much at the end of the show. At times it's just adding to his skill set. It didn't really need to have certain storylines within it to see things play out. I think they could have just wiped certain storylines and some characters out of the series, because I feel like it was just a detour at certain times, but it did wrap up very strong at the end of the series. The Day of Jackal, 10 episodes, quite long to get through, about 45 minutes, some are an hour long, but the entire series is intense. It's gripping as can be. Eddie Redmayne is really good in here, and seeing that confidence and the skill that he has in here, it's got a really classy vibe to it. Everything is nicely put together, from the costumes to the set to locations that they filmed in, to the cars, to the weapons. Everything is neat and nicely put together, and I really did enjoy this series. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Day of the Jackal an A-. Thank you guys for checking out my review for The Day of the Jackal, the new Peacock series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.